Hey, welcome back. It's Mickey, and I'm inviting you to come hang out with me in the 12-week year accountability group. Now, the 12-week year is a book. It is a book that specifically is on using time management tools to get your life up and running and being a little bit fantastic. So the 12-week year is, as an accountability group, you come once a week. It's only 1 hour, and it is just it's a place that you can kind of touch base with everybody else and start really focusing in on the things that you are doing. There is a Facebook page. There is a YouTube station. That this is my 12th. We've done 12 rounds of this. So it's amazing. And it can become really habit forming because it's really fun to watch yourself do well. And even if it's your first time and you're like, I don't know, I don't like to be accountable. Well, I remind people that what accountability is, at its very core, is to say, I have something that I feel about myself. There's a harmony that I receive by keeping promises to myself. Sometimes we're afraid to keep a promise to ourselves because we're actually afraid to make a promise to ourselves. So the 12-week year is basically says this. We're going to take 1 year, we're going to cut it into 4 parts. And then those 4 parts have 84 days. Well, I don't have time to do 4, so I'm doing 3. So it's still the 12-week year. We're going to do it for 84 days, and we start at the very first Sunday in May. So in that process of going, anybody can do anything for 84 days. You're just going to pick 3 things that you're willing to work on, and you're going to really make a pattern and a playlist and all of the things that are going to keep this front of mind so you can work on them every single day. Most people in the spring are making goals that are very movement oriented. What I have noticed from being your hostess with the mostest is that in the springtime, we really see people take on goals that are movement oriented, that really, that's the push, right? When you need this big push forward, that's the spring. So if you are someone that is looking to declutter your house, pick spring session. Put it in the spring section. If you are someone who has a weight goal or a movement goal or I'm training to run something or just something that is kind of enormous, spring is the time to do that. So when you come to group, and you can pick anything that you have, most people have a lot of other goals, but spring session is also a lot of times when people who may have realized that they don't have enough of their foundational goals kind of set. And I go, well, sometimes we have to go back because the thing that I want as my goal, I actually have to do all the stuff to build me to that point. So foundational goals are really those vital functions that have to be in a goal for you to even execute it. So this is a time, spring is a lot of times where we see, just because people are doing some heavy lifting, that they are going to go back and kind of rewrite the script on what they have as foundations for themselves. So we also see in springtime a huge amount of foundational work. So I'll give you an example. Cleaning all your file cabinets. Right? That all the other things I want to do. So I have a planning practice, right? So I'm going to pick something that kind of is a lot. It's a lot, but I'm going to take that big piece because if I get that foundation done, I'm going to stand stronger. I'm going to stand taller. So it's a great time to work on a newsletter. It's a great time to look at business strategy. It's a great time to go, what do I need to put in to my life to make it functional, to make it kind of great? And so kind of foundational goals are kind of like what's in the basement, right? What's in the basement. And that's foundation. So you see people do foundational goals, you see people do move goals, and you also see people in in this season, really start to understand how deadly disruption is. So disruption, people just don't have time for it in the spring. That y'all just go, oh no, it's just too much of a hassle. There's just no, that not getting to your goals actually just feels annoying. So the disruption relationship really changes in the second session of the year. And that really is, people drop their resistance. They don't have any more melodrama about it. They're like, I'm just going to slay this. And so you see it as a way for people to use the natural energy of the season to just move forward. The other thing I love about spring is people have just, because it's just a brighter session, you really see people starting to use their skills very differently. And you see them, especially if they've done it a few times, you see them really recognize their own capacity. You see them have a little more eloquence. You see them avoiding being ignorant of like, oh, maybe that'll work, maybe it won't. No, they are going to take on the vision and the role and let me go through. So you see people really get the gift of skill, especially if they've done it a few times, that they're not afraid of being more thorough. They're not afraid of just that this is a greater capacity. And so I want to invite you. So come back to the 12-week year. If you haven't come because for whatever reason, it's a good time to think about why you need help. And we're not, there's nobody's babysitting you. It's 1 hour, but it is a way to get some support around what you're doing. And we have a lot of videos. We have a lot of other people who have done it. And the skills that you learn from being in group, the tools, how to use them, what, when, how, things like that, it just enormously changes your capacity. And I'll give you just an example. Today, I was talking to someone else that has ADD. And today we were talking about it. I'm like, oh, well, have I taught you the Dirty 30 yet? And she's like, what? And I went, oh, it's a super get off your ass trick. And she's like, what do you do? And I'm like, you set a timer for 30 minutes and you work as fast as you can and like sloppy, mad, crazy. And you gamify it. And you just go, look, we're going to do a Dirty 30. And she's like, yeah, I kind of need an hour. And I went, okay, well then do a sassy 60. And she's like, oh, a sassy 60, right? It doesn't, it's so much easier to be like, okay, you and I have to do all this. Like when you have so much stuff to get done, a Dirty 30 to go, oh, my house is a mess. Okay, let me put on some great music, blast it as loud as I can, and let me just do a Dirty 30. I'm going to just 30 minutes as fast as I can. Let me put all my stuff away, throw out the garbage, and boom, right? That's the types of skills that you learn, and that you learn to not take it so seriously, that you have to do serious stuff, but that doesn't mean it can't be fun. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy what's happening. So you will enjoy the group itself. So I priced it so that my friends could be here. I took this on a long time ago, one, because my friend VJ told me to. He's like, Mickey, I think you'd be good at this. And as we found out, I love it. And it was the right choice for me. And what I learned from doing 12 rounds of it is that there's a craft to it, that you learn to, the more you do it, the more you can be in harmony with all the parts of you. And that's why I if you had one round and you're like, I didn't really connect to it, try it again. And try it again in this season. Try it again. Because that payoff of being in harmony with all of your parts of yourself, because you can work on something. 84 days, I'm going to work on this section. 84 days, I'm going to work on this thing. 84 days, I'm going to work on this thing. So you see people who have very physical goals that they're trying to do it, emotional goals, social goals, professional goals. You have all of these things, and we're trying to shove them in to the life we're already living that's already full. So part of why I'm going to invite you back is to learn how to make some white space in your life, and to make some space for the things that are important to you, and to have the tools and the fun and the wisdom of other people who are trying to do it. And that makes it a lot easier. The other thing is that accountability is much better with strangers. It is much better. Like, everybody's like, I'm going to get my bestie and we're going to be accountability friends. Worst idea ever. And it's the worst idea because your friends are going to let you be off the hook, or you're going to damage your friendship. So don't do it with your friends. Do it with people that are also doing the same thing as you. So it's easier to be a runner when you have other people who are running. So, okay. And if you are looking for a group of people, this is a good one. This is a good one. We have had a lot of great reviews. We've had a lot of people return because it's not judgy, because it's every age group, because it's every type of person, because it's everywhere in the country. So you should be here. I would love to see you. I started it so that I could get my friends to a happier place. And I'd like you to be with us too. All right. So sign up below, be here, work on your vision, read the book, and join us.